Oh, you've done it now, Johnny.
Welcome to the Breakdown with Jay and Nell, where we'll discuss all of your NFL and NBA news.
Tap in if you want to get to the breakdown.
Welcome to the Breakdown. I'm Jay.
And I'm L.
And today, you guys, this is our very first episode.
Let's go. Episode numero uno.
I know you all enjoyed those games last week, the championship games. So we're going to dive into it for you guys and get y'all ready for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, we all ready for that. Well, not all of us, but it's okay.
All right, we're going to talk about the AFC first. We're going to talk about the Chiefs versus Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
L, what are your takeaways?
Man, honestly, I think that the Ravens did a good job. Well, not a good job. Score-wise, a good job, but team-wise, horrible. I definitely feel like they came out lackluster. Lamar could have definitely ran more, which is what he should have done. And it's Pat Mahomes. But they had the opportunity to do something that only Tom Brady and Joe Burrow have done, which is knock off Patrick Mahomes and send him back in.
Yeah, I think they failed miserably. I think they went away from what they do best. They went away from their identity, which is running the football, and not just with Lamar Jackson using his legs, but actually running the football, handing it off to their running backs. I believe Gus Edwards, for that game, their starting running back, he was averaging 6 yards a pop. So if you're averaging six yards a pop, then you are being successful in running the football. So I think they got away from that. And I feel like it was missed opportunities. Like Zay Flowers, he fumbled in the end zone, and it was called for a touchback, which that rule is kind of, it sucks, and hopefully they change that during the summer. And another thing about Flowers, it was that same drive in the fourth quarter that he got called for a taunting. And we all know he's a rookie and he's going to learn, but you don't do those two things like in a football game, especially at this level, this high of a level of a game. You don't do that. You supposed to be focused. You're supposed to be ready to win. Play to win the game. Limit your mistakes. And, yeah, those are my takeaways from the Ravens.
I think, going back off what you said, piggybacking off what you said, if he would have just fell, like, he didn't have to, like, die for it. If he would have just fell and allowed them to touch him, he would have been down, and they could have just ran either a curl, a dig, or an out, or they could have just ran the ball. You got the best running back / quarterback in the game. So he definitely should have been used more.
Yeah, I agree. What you said with Flowers, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. But, yeah, you play to live another down. You get 3 downs in football, like, and I want to say that was second down on that play, but don't quote me on that. But even if it was third down, you could still give yourself a chance. Like, you'll be right there at the goal line if you were just to dive instead of trying to be Superman and fly into the end zone. Like, no, bro, you don't do that because the Chiefs, they're a well-coached team, especially defensively. They've been playing well defensively. And, yeah, I mean, you just don't do those things.
I agree. That was a very bad thing to do, and hopefully they learned. Everyone learned. It's gonna be a different season next season.
Yeah, definitely. But let's flip over to the Chiefs side of things. Um, I just want to give props to Patrick Mahomes because he's been outstanding this season, and he balled that game, man. They passed. His passing attempts were 39. He completed 30 of them. Threw for 241 yards, one touchdown. And then the running game with Pacheco, he did good running the football, getting the tough yards. And then just the combination of Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes, that's crazy. That's a good duo right there, and they're gonna be good for years to come, as long as neither one of them retire anytime soon. But yeah, that's the focal point of their offense is the connection to Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey.
I think eventually Travis Kelce is gonna have to retire. He's gonna up there in age. Um, luckily, Kadarius Tony wasn't out there dropping the ball like he normally does, and that defense is definitely doing what they should be doing. It's a sneaky defense.
Yeah, uh, I agree. That defense is very well coached. There's not a lot of stars on that defense, but they're well coached, and I think that's the key for defenses to have a good defense. Yes, you love to have the players, but you also would love to have a smart coach that knows how to utilize the players that he has. He may not have all the stars. He may not have all the ingredients that you need for a great defense, but he's able to piece things together and make it work. And I think that's what the Chiefs have done throughout this whole season, playoffs included. Um, and it speaks wonders. And this is a different Chiefs team. I know they're very reliant on Patrick Mahomes, but with the limited amount of receiving weapons that he has, I feel like the team is now more shifted towards depend on their defense, which is different because normally in recent years and these past Chiefs championship teams, it's always been Patrick Mahomes and that's it. But now he's getting support from his defense.
Yeah, I agree. His defense is definitely coming up to par with him. Um, they needed it because in the beginning of the season, no one could foresee this. A lot of people had them marked out. A lot of people were like, "Oh, they're gonna go to the playoffs, but they're not gonna go far." And they proved everyone wrong.
Yeah. Uh, I think we have one more question on the Chiefs. Um, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, they win Super Bowl 58. Will Patrick Mahomes be considered as one of the goats?
Yes, I think if he was to retire right now, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. Um, you can't knock him, no matter how much you may dislike the Chiefs. He's a great ball player. Uh, he seems like a workaholic. I don't see what's not to like about him.
Yeah. Um, he's definitely the GOAT for this generation. And you can make an argument. If he keeps going how he is, he may get close to Brady. I don't think he'll surpass him, but he may tie him in championships. Long as they keep the team like currently, currently constructed. Add a few pieces here or there. Like rather do a complete shakeup of the team, then I can see the Chiefs being in consideration for a Super Bowl every year. And they almost basically already done that now. I believe they didn't make it to the Super Bowl at least for like one of the years out of like 5 years or something like that.
So,
But
I have a question.
yeah,
Did that make the Kansas City Chiefs the new New England Patriots? Is that what you're saying?
I'll say for this generation, yes.
Okay.
because they. I mean, those Patriots teams were awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say their defenses are way better than the Chiefs' defenses. But offensively, I think the Chiefs are better than the Patriots teams. I think honestly they're better. Um, Now it can be an argument. Tom Brady and Gronk versus Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. But like I said, if the Chiefs stay on that trajectory that they're on right now, then there's an argument that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey can be considered the best duo of all time. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's crazy in itself.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to add on the Chiefs, or are you ready to move on?
We can move on.
All right. Now I know he's ready for this one, you guys. The Lions versus the Niners NFC Championship game. I'm gonna let you. You can take your 49ers side, and I'm gonna make a case for the Lions on how they messed up.
I mean, we know how they messed up, but I'm gonna let you have your time. Go ahead, you can start it off.
All right.
Since we the comeback kids right now, we'll let y'all go ahead and go first.
Okay. So I broke it down. I did my studying over the week. Broke the game down. I tried to pick things from the first half and then the second half. So we're gonna start with the first half. The first half, going into halftime, the Lions they outrushed the Niners, 148 yards to 38 yards. Lions got one turnover. They recorded 18 first downs. Now, that right there, and it was up 24 to 7. Yeah, 24 to 7. 24 to 7 going into the halftime. Now, when you look at that score, say you didn't watch the full game in totality, you probably cut the game off at halftime because you thought the Lions were going to win. And then you cut the game back on towards the fourth quarter, and you see that the Lions are trailing. And you're like, what is going on? Well, here to tell you what went wrong. So late in the third quarter, the Lions went for the fourth down conversion. Goff dropped back to pass. It was incomplete to Reynolds, and that was 4th and 2. And they was on San Francisco's territory, 28-yard line, and they were up 24 to 10 at that point. Now, granted, I'm all for being aggressive, but during that point in time of the game, you don't need to be aggressive. You need to get the points. You're already up by 14. Like, why are you going for the first down? Do the safe thing and have your field goal kicker go out there and kick it. Now, you miss it, he miss it. But at least you attempted to get some more points on the board. So that was the first mistake right there. Second mistake, Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled at Detroit 24-yard line. Niners recovered with 5:17 left in the third quarter. And I believe they got some points off of that drive because they was in Detroit's territory. And I believe they did. I think they got a touchdown on their drive.
We did.
Then I have two more points I'd like to make, and then I'll turn it over to Bone. Josh Reynolds again. They went to him again. He dropped the pass on 3rd and 9. It was 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter. And then basically the Niners went back down the field and scored again. And they scored 17 unanswered points in the third quarter. Who gives up 17 unanswered points in a playoff game? Now, everybody's saying that the Detroit Lions had the Atlanta Falcons moment. Remember when the Atlanta Falcons and the Patriots were in the Super Bowl? And the Falcons were up 28-3?
Yeah. That's embarrassing.
That
Pure embarrassing.
this game is just this game is just as embarrassing as that game. And my last point I'm gonna make is Lions went for it on 4th and 3 at the San Francisco 30-yard line. They failed it. It was a failed attempt. Goff, he had pressure. Uh, yeah, he was backpedaling and he threw the ball to St. Brown, but they couldn't connect because the pass wasn't thrown properly. And it was 7 minutes and 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Basically, the Niners, they ran the time. They ran the rest of the time off the clock. In Detroit, they had a chance to come back, but they fell short. So, those are my points. Lions, you blew it. Dan Quinn, you failed your team. I get it. I get it for being aggressive, but those are 3 fourth-down conversions that I pointed out, and they were all failed. I'm sorry, 2 fourth-down conversions were failed. Now, at least you could have at least probably went for it on one of them, but 2 of them, no. And I believe y'all was like 1-5 or 1-3 in fourth-down conversions for the whole game. So what made you want to go for it? What made you feel like you was going to be successful when the proof was already in the pudding that when you go for it on 4th down, you only got 1 out of 5?
I'm gonna tell you why he thought that. He thought that because all season he's went for it, he's gotten them. So if I go for it all the time and I'm getting it every time I go for it, why wouldn't I go for it? Like the analytics at that point said basically he had a better chance of getting it than not getting it. But enough about the Lions. Let's get back to the real squad. Man, to say the least, as a fan, I wasn't worried per se, but I knew that we needed to play our A game. Seeing them start out the way they did in the first half was abysmal. But you know, we had to rock and roll. I was worried a little bit. I was like, come on, let's go. Let's go for playing. Let's go. But Fred Warner came out. I was looking at his speech on Instagram, and he was like, let's go win this. And they did that. Man, I myself, I'm tired of hearing the Brock Purdy criticism every time. Oh, he's Mr. Irrelevant. He can't play ball. He ain't did this. Cam Newton, he's done something that you haven't done, which is go to a Super Bowl in his second year. He's 21-5, 22-5 as a starter. Whenever he starts the game, we typically win that mug. We've been able to accomplish everything that he set out to do. He accomplished. He's doing a great job. I definitely feel like a lot of other teams would have wanted him if they would have known what he's produced. And I recently saw two Kansas City coaches, Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo. Both of them gave big props to him. They said, "Hey, that boy can ball. He's been doing good. He's sneaky athletic. Well, he's not. He's athletic. Maybe not to a Lamar Jackson or a Patrick Mahomes, but he can get out that pocket if need be." LaShawn McCoy is a hater. Don't be giving out no props. We get it, bro. You got 2 rings. You got coached by Andy Reid and you play with Pat Mahomes. So you're biased. I understand that, but you gotta give my boy his props. For him to come from where he came from and to ascend to where he's going and where he went to, that says a lot.
Yeah, I gotta give him his props too. Like he's balling right now, and it looks like Kyle Shanahan. It looks like the Niners. It looks like y'all got your guy. Y'all found your guy, and he did something that Jimmy G couldn't do. He did something that Trey Lance couldn't do, even though Trey Lance did play that many games with y'all. But he did something that those two guys couldn't do. He brought y'all to a Super Bowl.
I
So,
mean, well, Jimmy G did it, but
well, let's see if he can.
let's just hope that it don't end the way it ended that game. I'm still hurt about that one.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good Super Bowl for sure. And I can't wait for that one. But that's for another episode. Talk about that with y'all next week. But we're gonna get into these new head coaching hires, bro. Who's your favorite hire?
Los Angeles getting
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh. I think that'd be a great thing for him. He's a good coach. He has National League experience, football experience in both college, professional, and pros. He won the Natty, so that's a big look. And he has a winning culture.
Yeah, I was gonna pick him too, but I'm gonna go with Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens. To see how the Seahawks they sign him to be their new head coach. I just like what he brings. He brings energy. He brings youth because he's the youngest coach in the NFL now at 36 years old. And the Seahawks, they're a very young team, so he basically could come in there and build a team how he wants to build them. But he has he has a good corner in Witherspoon. I like that for him. He has some good linebackers in Seattle. You still have Jamal Adams, but he may be a shell of himself. But let's see if Mac McDonald can coach him up and scheme him up, and I'll be able to use him all around the field, like the chess piece that he is. They have a chance to draft a young quarterback. You still have Geno Smith. You have a solid offense. Get you a young, innovative offensive coordinator, and maybe I could do something in the draft, and maybe Seattle can challenge y'all in a couple of years. So I mean, we'll see. But,
Yeah, you're not feeling okay, are you? But that's okay.
but yeah, that's my favorite coaching hire, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do in Seattle.
I think that with that coaching hire for Seattle, he really can bring back the Legion of Boom 2.0. If he plays the cards right, he can get that again. Let's just hope he does. Well, not the Legion of Boom, but let's hope he does well.
Let's keep it on the coaching. Who are you most surprised with on not getting a head coaching job? Bill Belichick or Mike Vrabel?
Bill Belichick, because of the decoration that he has on him. You would think somebody would pick him up. And to see that he doesn't have any leads or anything like that is surprising. But it goes back to him being an older coach. So he's not able to run it the way he used to run it. And this is a new generation. So you got to either get with the program or get rolled over.
Yeah, it's like I'm on the fence about it because I am surprised that he did get a head coaching job. But like you said, he's older now, and time may have passed him by. Like this is a young man's league. You see all these coaches getting hired. They're getting poached off of other teams' coaching staffs. These young coordinators and young position coaches getting coordinator jobs or head coaching jobs. It's a young man's league, and I think the best thing for Bill is, I think he should take a step back. I think he should be more like he should join like a front office role. He should be like a consultant or help with player personnel or something like that. But I think coaching or head coaching, I think he should be done with that. I know you want to prove the world wrong and get you a Super Bowl without Brady, but unless you have like the right people around you, I don't see it working. And you got to find a team that's going to give you the full control you want to have over an organization. And I know a lot of owners and general managers, they're not down with that. So I think you should take a step back, join someone's front office, maybe become a defensive coordinator again. But I just don't see head coaching in your future. And with Mike Vrabel, I think he's a good head coach, and he was able to make something out of nothing with the Tennessee Titans. He got them in the playoffs, but he just couldn't get them deep into the playoffs. And I think somebody's gonna snag him as a defensive coordinator. Wink, wink. Maybe my Dallas Cowboys. We'll see.
Y'all need somebody. My question is this. What do you think about the biggest score of all? Which is, you look confused, which is Washington Commanders grabbing y'all defensive coordinator. Man, how did that feel? Were you expecting it? Were you ready for it?
Yeah, I already prepared myself. I knew he was either going to go there or Seattle because Seattle requested a second interview with him too. Mm-hmm. So I knew like he was going to either go there or Seattle. But when Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator of Detroit Lions, announced he was going back to Detroit, I was like, okay, so he's in play for both teams now because I know the Commanders, they had Ben Johnson higher on their list. And they was going to hire him, but he turned it down. So I was like, yeah, he's either going to Washington or Seattle. And he went to Washington by default because, Seattle got their guy, Mike McDonald. So, but I think he's going to fail in Washington because they don't have the pieces on defense. They traded away their 2 edge rushers, so you got to draft new edge rushers. You still have your defensive tackles in Jonathan Allen and Payne, but they still need to fix their linebacking corps. They got to fix their secondary. He's literally going into a project, and they're a rebuilding team at the moment. So I don't expect for him to be successful in his first year. And then look what he did in Atlanta, bro. He's not going to last long in Washington. He's better as a defensive coordinator, and even with that, he has his flaws with that.
Yeah, his running game is trash. His run defense is trash. Pass defense is great. Run defense is trash. He's gonna do he's gonna be subpar, but I wasn't expecting it. I didn't really keep up with it. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but Jerry, you got some explaining to do somehow, somewhere. But to get something done, better holler at Bill.
Yeah, you got to get somebody either equally with Dan Quinn or better than Dan Quinn. Like, if we get a downgrade, then I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, it's going to be another tough year. And even with that, some people are already mailing the season in before the season even started.
Yep. You know how y'all are. We're going to the bowl. No, y'all not. All that going all in on me depression. Get ready for another trash year, y'all. It's okay. My good buddy here. You'll live. Maybe. You might cry. You cry, I'm laughing. But if you don't cry, I'm still laughing.
No, I'm fine, bro. I know what it is.
Yeah, depression. You've been getting depressed like this for years, bro. You ain't let it go. Give up. You can still switch to another team. Come to a winning side or something. You tired of losing? you ain't seen y'all ain't seen an NFC championship game in like 30 years.
I know. Don't remind me.
Nah, I'm gonna remind you every chance I get. Let y'all go. Y'all ain't even sniffed the Super Bowl. Y'all don't even know what that look like to y'all. Y'all still living through the 90s. Go ahead and say it. But we got another ringer than y'all. We tied. And we've been more recently.
Hey, just worry about your 49ers, man.
Hey, they come to the winning side, fam. we got room for you.
Hey.
You know what? You already got you a Debo shirt. Go ahead and get you a Brock Purdy shirt too.
Oh no. Nah.
Become an FTDB. Faithful to the Bay. Say it with me. Bang bang.
Nah, Taylor and the Swifties, they got y'all, bro.
I'm so tired of seeing them. Oh my God. I don't care about Taylor Swift. Get her off my screen. That's great for publicity. But I'm not making no money, so get her off my screen.
Yeah, man. But
Put it back on football. Not Taylor. She sure can't swag surf for nothing.
all right, man. Is there anything else you want to add about these championship games or about these head coaches?
Good luck to the coaches. Great games.
Yeah. I'm happy for every coach that's gotten hired or got promoted. But we'll see how the Super Bowl go and how everything else goes, and we're going to keep y'all updated. We appreciate y'all listening to us. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, to our TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on Twitter.
All of our socials. Thank you.
Bye. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.